It's interesting, like in India, India has undergone 800 years of invasion. So initially, during the Vedic era, there was no such thing as absolute vegetarianism. They still were allowed to eat meat, but with consciousness, to make the right decision, but not by intensive farming, not by actually through cruelty. So everything was seen as a food when it was absolutely necessary, not with making food a mass industry, which is what it became in India later. I think the reason why vegetarianism hasn't been continuing to be so strong in India, there are two reasons. One is during the medieval period that India had Mughal invasion. It was invaded by kingdoms from Turkey, from Afghanistan. Afghanistan, of course, was part of India then, but the Mughal invasions and foreign invasions introduced new values into people's diet, and that completely changed Indians' perspective about vegetarianism. So non-vegetarian or meat eating became part of Indian culture, which has lasted. But unfortunately, why India has become more a meat-eating country than it used to be is because of capitalistic, greedy food industries who have made their ways into every possible country that's possible. For instance, you can go to the most remote village in India, you still will find these multinational companies who sell these highly sugary drinks, who sell these cheap meats that are highly processed, which are produced through cruel farming of animals, pumped with hormones, pumped with antibiotics, to just make it tasty and cheaper. And this availability of cheap, tasty food in a developing country obviously will sway even the middle class to kind of go into eating meat as opposed to choosing vegetarianism, though they know that that's more healthy. So obviously, when food becomes an industry, we actually are destroying the society. And the main reason is in India, in the past, you basically ate very few ingredients in your food. It was local, it was seasonal, and in fact, you grew a lot of food yourselves, and you had your own family recipes that you used, and you never actually went outside of being self-sufficient. But because the culture today is, I can buy food, I can buy tasty food, I can buy food that's cheap and tasty, and that completely has corrupted our choices as humans in general, and of course, India is not an exception.